Hello and thank you for joining me this morning. My name is Chris Mygatt and I run Coldwell Banker Real Estate in Colorado. Listen, first and foremost, I want to say congratulations on recently passing your real estate exam. It's a very exciting time as you embark on your new career. Again, congratulations, it's very exciting. You know, many times I'm asked by people, whether they're new in the business or highly experienced, they ask a question which is, how do I avoid doing the $12 an hour kind of chores in the business? How do I make sure I can prioritize and stay focused on clients and customers, building better, deeper relationships with those that can do business with me in the future? But I still have to get the work done, like the basic work has to get done. What's the best way to do that? And there's a term in the industry called a transaction coordinator. And I want to walk you through a bit about how to best leverage that. And I also think it's important to know that everything we do at Coldwell Banker, every decision that I make, for example, here in the company, is really based on one simple principle. And that principle is, how can I help my agents live a more exceptional life? And that means different things to different people, but I am absolutely convinced that we do it better than anybody else in the industry by focusing on our core 4 values. These are things like production power, coaching to confidence, wealth builder, and creating this amazing culture called a culture of awesomeness. And if you're like many of my top agents, or you intend to be like many of my top agents, I'm guessing you'll want to be able to sell more homes and work more efficiently. Well, that falls squarely inside of production power. And that's where this idea of a transaction coordinator becomes so vitally important. So we created this thing called CB2GO. And the idea is creating a way that for 2 different tracks in the industry, we can provide support and help. One of those is from when a property goes under contract until it gets to the closing table. A lot of things need to happen. Things like we need to make sure that all the paperwork is complete. We need to make sure that things are scheduled, like an appraisal, an appraiser going out to see the property, home inspector possibly, repairs being done to the house prior to closing. We also need to make sure that things are coordinated. So that's coordination with a lender, coordination with a title company. A lot of stuff has to happen. And a lot of new agents wonder, like, how am I going to get all that stuff done? I don't even know how to do that. So employing the help of a transaction coordinator can make your life a whole lot easier, help make you a whole lot more efficient. And if you're a top performing agent, someone who's doing 30, 40, 50, 100 sales a year, having a transaction coordinator is oftentimes better than having a personal assistant because they specialize. But the downside is, where do you find a good transaction coordinator to do all that work? And how much do you pay a transaction coordinator? So transaction coordinators can cost anywhere from $300, $400, $500, $600 per closing. But listen, if you're making $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 on a sale, it's certainly worth it to spend a couple $100, $500 on someone to help you get that very important part of the transaction done. So at Coldwell Banker here in Colorado, we go one step further. We know how important this is. I want to make sure every new agent joining our company, every highly experienced agent, has the ability to be able to work more efficiently. And so we actually subsidize the cost of a professional transaction coordination company. We call it CB2GO. It's really unique. We have independent contractor, third-party, professional transaction coordinators that understand all of our programs, all of our systems. And even though their cost may be $500 or $600 per transaction, we pay a chunk of that. So our agents only pay $300 for that service, all of that work done between under contract and close. But there's more, right? Because what about when you get a new listing? And you got to get the listing from listed to under contract. How do you get that done? How do you make sure it happens efficiently? Like, do you really want to take your valuable time to proof brochures and proof TV spots and all the things contained inside of Listing Concierge, for example? Do you want to use your valuable time to do that, or would you rather take your time to build deeper, stronger relationships with new sellers and new buyers? Many of our top agents and many of our brand new agents agree that's a better use of your time. So again, we subsidize the cost of a professional transaction coordinator, in this case a professional listing coordinator, to get that part of the job done for you. Your cost, only $200 from listing all the way through to under contract on the marketing side of the property, makes an awful lot of sense. We pay the balance on that because, again, we want to help become a better, more meaningful partner to each one of our agents. So what we do at Coldwell Banker, it's how we deliver on that promise of production power. And it's how we help brand new agents and highly experienced agents become more successful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me for more details on this amazing service called CB2GO.